Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday, one day closer to the storm. I know a lot of you are joining us on Facebook, perhaps the 9 News app. If you have any questions, comments about the storm, you know where to drop them. I'm already seeing how much snow is going to stack up in my backyard. We'll get to that in just a bit with my forecast. I'll show you statewide and then kind of zoom in here to the Front Range. But just know that this weekend, there's going to be some big impacts with this storm. Certainly road closures a possibility. We're going to be looking at downed trees, possibly power lines. This is going to be a really wet, heavy snow. You know, the back-breaking type when you're trying to shovel. So you might want to do that kind of day by day rather than potentially feet all at the end of the storm. So just kind of keep that in mind. But again, today we're just looking at a very weak wave crossing the state. So we still might see a few scattered showers, but that is not the main storm. Right now, this is our live look out there at the Eisenhower-Johnson Tunnels, the Loveland Ski area. Looking pretty good, traveling A-OK. If you are heading up to the mountains, you probably want to get up there sooner rather than later. So perhaps leaving early tomorrow morning so you can beat it before the storm arrives, and then you're going to get all that fresh powder for the weekend. So time it right. This is our view in Fort Collins, where they have seen a few more clouds, especially early this morning. And then downtown Denver, a bit of sunshine coming through. So nice to see. But don't be deceived, because this monster March storm is coming in like a lion. This is a look at our top 5 March storms. I have heard from a lot of you talking about 2003 and spring break and all of that. That was a monster storm. We saw almost 32 inches here in Denver from that one. And then look at the second, third, and fourth spots in our top 5, all kind of around 18 inches. That's a little bit closer to where I anticipate us ending things here in the Denver metro area with this storm that's on the way. Temps right now this afternoon sitting in the lower 40s. Downtown Denver, 30s in Broomfield, up to Boulder Estes Park right now at 35. Out at DIA, a little warmer with some sunshine and southwesterly winds about 15 miles per hour. So still dry out there, but things will be changing within about the next 24 hours. Today I anticipate temperatures to hit about 50 here out at the airport. Some 50s across the eastern plains, a little cooler in northern Colorado, and then 30s going up in the mountains. But let's look at that storm. It looks beautiful on our satellite and radar composite. You can see it circulating across the coastline of California still. Areas already beginning to push onshore. Some scattered rain showers going near Las Vegas, and then that snowfall increasing across Utah. Some of it already making its way to the western slope. A few light snow showers also cruising across the Continental Divide. Tonight here in the metro area, a couple of quick showers, but again, this is not that main storm. It's going to be breezy overnight with winds out of the east about 5 to 15 miles per hour, but look at these numbers. Still fairly mild. Temperatures overnight sitting in the upper 20s here for the metro, teens, 20s up in the mountains. So we'll be monitoring this storm system overnight into tomorrow as it fully pushes onshore and tracks into that sweet spot. You guys know it if you've lived here for a while. An Albuquerque low as it cruises into parts of the Texas Panhandle. We will be monitoring a beautiful upslope event. What does that mean? Well, that's when we have easterly, northeasterly winds that wrap around this storm, and all of that wind smacks into the foothills. We have that moisture in place, and it's almost like a sponge. You're just like wringing it out right there across the foothills and then in and around the urban corridor. This is pretty much a textbook scenario that is setting up. Still, we are a couple of days out. Certainly possibility for this storm to wobble, to go a bit further to the north, to go a bit further to the south, and that would drastically change our totals. So just kind of keep that in mind as we're monitoring this storm and fine-tuning it over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours before it fully moves into Colorado Saturday night into Sunday. Here we are on Futurecast. 2 o'clock this afternoon, not a ton going on. Later this evening, perhaps a few showers going across the foothills, the western slope. That's about it. Tomorrow morning, we wake up Friday morning. Here we go. The sunshine is back, but not for long. As the afternoon and evening wear on, the clouds start drifting in. And then by 9, 10 o'clock, the snowfall starts in and around the mountain areas right there towards Summit County along I-70. Some scattered rain showers in southeastern Colorado. And then by Saturday morning, that that's when we're starting to see the effects of this storm coming a little closer here into the Front Range. You can just see by the coloring contour some heavier snow around I-25, near I-76, I-70. However, with this storm, as it is coming from the Pacific, it's tapping in to some of the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be fairly mild across the eastern plains. So we are going to be tracking kind of that rain snow line shifting in. Many of our friends out to the east looking at primarily rainfall from this storm. This is throughout the day on Saturday. This takes us to about 3 o'clock or so in the afternoon. You're starting to see those heavier bands going in Lamberth or Boulder County all the way into Denver. And then by Saturday night, it is a full-blown snow machine with widespread snow going across the Front Range through the urban corridor along I-76, I-70. And there we see that rain snow line. Again, this could potentially wobble a bit further to the west, a bit further to the east, and this will drastically change our totals. The moisture is there. We're going to see a really beautiful event with a lot of rain, a lot of snow. It's just if that line switches a little bit, these totals could be a bit off. So keep that in mind while we are fine-tuning the forecast. These aren't necessarily totals that are set in stone. We'll be finessing them over the course of the next couple of days. What I can tell you is we are under a watch. This will go into effect here for the Denver metro area late Friday night and then continue through Sunday evening. This is a broad brush, 15 to 25 inches here for the urban corridor. I'll get to the nitty-gritty in just a bit, but you can see up to the northern Front Range foothills, further to the southern foothills, 2 to 4 feet coming your way. This is a big storm. As we look toward the Central Mountains, Vail, Aspen, Snowmass, Crested Butte, about 8 to 16 inches. Toward Colorado Springs, it's going to be an interesting scenario that kind of plays out just because you folks are going to be on the southern end of this storm. Downtown Colorado Springs, potentially up to a foot, whereas folks that are sitting in the southeastern corner of El Paso County looking at just a couple of inches. Up toward Pikes Peak, that's where you can see 1 to 2 feet of snow. And again, the eastern plains, that's where it gets a bit dicey with that rain snow line coming in and it kind of waffling right there toward Fort Morgan and then south toward Lyman. Right now, kind of that broad brush, 4 to 14 inches. All right, this is probably what you want to see. How much snowfall is going to stack up in my backyard? Again, don't focus necessarily on how much snow will be there, but more so the impacts. If you don't have to be on the roads, just don't do it. This is not going to be fun to drive in, let me tell you. Plus, yeah, it's just going to be messy out there, to say the least. Again, these are totals from essentially a 48-hour event. 1 to 2 feet going around the Boulder area and then further to the south toward Golden, Highlands Ranch, Lakewood, Castle Rock. Folks that live west of I-25 really have the best shot at seeing accumulating snow out of this one. I did 10 to 20 right now, what I'm feeling pretty confident for us to see here in Denver. Out toward DIA, you know that's where we keep score as far as the snowfall totals go. I think we're going to be on the lower end just because we're down in elevation just a bit from us here in the city and then further to the western suburbs. 8 to 16 inches right now in Fort Collins, and right now it's looking about 5 to 10, but again, these numbers easily could shift depending on that rain snow line. All right, so tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. We're just getting prepared for the storm. And temperatures are going to be a little cooler, of course, than today, with highs in the lower 40s, 30s, 40s off to the eastern plains. Again, this storm system is still going to be pretty mild. With these temperatures, daytime highs that we see in the 30s on Saturday and Sunday, you know that is a wet, heavy snow. Overnight lows only falling into the upper 20s Saturday early morning, Sunday early morning. So this, again, a back-breaking kind of storm. Plus, we're going to be looking at some pretty strong winds coming in with this one. I'd say the strongest winds will be Saturday night into Sunday, pretty much Sunday all day long. Hey, if you have an organization, you know, a church that's going to be operating this weekend, we are going to be, you know, probably seeing some closures happening. So if you want to get on our list, you can just email closings@9news.com, your organization name, your name, phone number, address, email address. Do it now, like today. Tomorrow morning tops, because our folks out there are going to be so busy getting you into the system before the storm starts. So please, that is where you got to go. Closings@9news.com. Okie dokie, that's a lot of talking. Now I'm going to just settle in to Facebook and kind of see if you guys have any questions. Get my water. Okay. All right, we already have 63 comments. Here we go. How about I put it on this? So hopefully this will perhaps help to answer some folks' questions that you might have about snowfall. Oh boy. Wait, oh my. Okay, Dan, hi. Wondering how I'm doing. I'm doing great. I am in the midst of some serious forecasting fun around here. All right, Wendy from Lakewood, hello. Travis asking about snow in Centennial. You guys are kind of going to be on that 10 to 20 mark. Potentially, you know, you are just kind of straddling I-25. So that's kind of my better bet for folks around the immediate metro area. Let's see. Meg saying the March 2003 storm, you had 34 inches in the front yard. Holy cow, where do you live? I wasn't around in 2003 here in Denver, but I can only imagine a lot of folks talking about their spring break, that it was an absolute winter wonderland. Travis, stoked for the snow. I love it. Javier, let it snow. Let's see. Marcy saying we need the moisture. Absolutely. This is going to be phenomenal and should certainly help us out as far as drought conditions go. In fact, I should check in with the drought. I'll do that in just a bit. Jason, hello. Yep, I'm going to stay safe. I will be on it all weekend long. I can't wait. Oh boy, these comments are coming in too fast. I can't even read them. Okay, wow. Yes. Nita saying the farmers need the moisture. Yeah, absolutely. Eastern Plains certainly looking at some just really great beneficial rain out of this storm. Potentially some wet, sloppy snow, slightly inland once you get out toward Washington County, Elbert County, right there around Lyman. Oh boy. Bill wondering about Estes Park. Estes Park is in that 2 to 4 feet range. Right now I'd lean a little higher toward the higher end of those totals, just because you guys look like you're going to be in the sweet spot of this storm. Certainly Larimer, Boulder County, the western side of both of those counties, you guys could really see this snow stack up. Someone asked no weather during the day on Friday. For the most part, tomorrow it should be dry. I mean, we'll be monitoring the clouds coming, clouds coming in, but right now it doesn't look like the rain, the snow will arrive until later tomorrow evening. Kylie wondering about Elizabeth. I'd say you guys out there, Douglas, Elbert County, at least on the west side, certainly in the 12 to 24 inch range. Jamie wondering if I anticipate Saturday morning to be bad in Highlands Ranch. How early in Highlands Ranch? I'd say the snow really is going to start going probably by 9 o'clock. So if you're up earlier, like 6 a.m., I think you might be okay, but by 9 it'll get going, and then late Saturday night into Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see 1 to 2 inches coming down an hour. If you live into the foothills, potentially 2 to 3 inches an hour. Okay. Let's see. Megan wondering about the Longmont area. You guys are under the watch. Overall, 15 to 25 inches. I would probably say kind of closer to that 10 to 15 inch mark. 10 to 20. That's what I would say. Fort Collins is in, I'll show you this. Hold on. Sue Ellen is asking about Fort Collins. No, it's not in the 25 to 48 inch range right now. Widespread 15 to 25, but right now I have Fort Collins closer into that 8 to 16. Again, folks east of I-25 toward Greeley looking more at that 8 inch mark. To the west, near Fort Collins, certainly a foot and a half possible. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up with these comments, you guys. This is crazy. Kimberly wondering about the commute on Monday morning. I anticipate it being a real doozy unless the plows are like, I'm sure they're going to be out 24/7, but if we see this much snow here in the heart of the city, it's going to bring us to a standstill for sure through early Monday, I would imagine. What time on Saturday do you think DIA flights will begin to be impacted? Ken is wondering. I'd say by midday, early afternoon, we'll start to see potentially some cancellations, if not already. I know the airlines have been pretty good about allowing folks to change their flight if you are flying out Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So I would think about that before you head out. Okay, Brian wondering about next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Still looks unsettled. Still looks like we'll kind of see a rain-snow mix. Doesn't look like a mega storm like this one, but still cool and unsettled. Kevin wondering what the forecast is for the Eastern Plains, Fort Morgan area. If you didn't see my Futurecast, I'll kind of show you that statewide view because it's going to be interesting. Here we are Friday morning, just starting to see some rain coming into the Eastern Plains. This is Friday night, 9 p.m. Again, it really won't be till later Friday night that we start to see this storm really kind of ramp up overnight into Saturday morning. This is about 6:30. Ray, Burlington, Kit Carson, Lamar, Springfield, all you folks out there still looking at rain. With our temperatures, I imagine you folks primarily will only see rain out of this storm. This takes us through Saturday evening, well, afternoon or so, 3, 4 o'clock. You can still see the temperatures are so mild that we're just looking at rain. That rain snow line through Saturday night is going to be waffling between about, I'd say, Fort Morgan and then off to the east. Fort Lyman, Fort Morgan, and then off to the east is where we'll be monitoring that. Again, this is not set in stone. Storm, it's a cutoff low. It does what it wants. And it could potentially shift just a bit further to the north, and that would mean our friends in Wyoming, through Nebraska, the Dakotas see the heaviest snow. If it shifts to the south, perhaps Colorado Springs will see a bit more snow. So this is just kind of an idea of what we anticipate right now, but closed lows kind of have a mind of their own. But you can see Saturday night on our Futurecast across I-25 up to the mountains, pretty much to the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels. You're looking at some really heavy snowfall coming down. So cozy up on the couch. If you guys have some good shows to watch, some yummy recipes, share them. I won't be doing any of that. I will be working, but I hope you guys are able to just kind of enjoy the storm from inside. Okay. Okay, Lauren Berthen. Pretty much think we talked about this. Okay, yep, got to drive to work 9 to 5:30 in Longmont Saturday. Yeah, I hope you got 4-wheel drive. You'll be just fine. Getting into work Saturday, probably not bad, but the drive home might be a little tricky. Driving to Loveland from Steamboat on Sunday. Janine asking about that. That's going to be fun. I don't know if you will be doing that, actually. You might have to go, I don't know, because if I imagine Cameron Pass will be shut down if that's the way you're taking and not driving all the way south toward I-70. I anticipate seeing some serious road closure out of this one. I-70, and then of course those highways up into the mountains could be tricky too. If you can drive home on Monday, I would do that. Better chance that the roads are going to be opened up by then. A lot of people are asking about Greeley. We'll go back to the snowfall totals again. It's Thursday. This map will change. I promise you that. So just keep tuning in. We'll be fine-tuning the forecast once we get better model data in, once the storm is fully on shore. But right now, Greeley, I think toward that lower end of 8 to 16 inches right now, what I'm seeing, with Fort Collins kind of be on the higher end of the 8 to 16 inch mark. Shirley wondering about Castle Rock. You guys definitely are in the 1 to 2 feet range, leaning closer toward 2 feet for you guys out there. Okay. Andrew asking, is the Westminster forecast in line with more my Boulder numbers or in Denver? Yeah, you guys are kind of right smack dab in the middle. I would lean closer for you guys since you're on the west side of town to 1.5 to 2 feet. Tammy wondering about Golden. Golden is in that same range, 1 to 2 feet for you guys. Lily, a 6 a.m. flight out on Saturday. I think it should be okay. The storm will just be ramping up by then. Oh yeah, schools tomorrow will be just fine. I don't anticipate a snow day tomorrow. Monday, if the roads are bad and we really have 2 feet of snow on the ground, potential snow day. Rich is wondering about the blue area around Greeley. Yeah, so that kind of means Greeley is in that donut hole, at least with this particular computer model. We look at several, is kind of just bullseyeing a lower total than the rest of the Front Range. Justin wondering about Friday afternoon, Fort Collins. I think you should be just fine. Mostly cloudy. Okay. Yes, Marie, I second that. Remember not to leave your animals, pets outside. Keep them warm, keep them safe inside. This storm system is going to be a doozy, so make sure that you take care of your furry friends. Yes, thank you, Jason. These totals can change, so be alert. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Crystal wondering about Arvada. Arvada is certainly in that 1 to 2 feet category at the moment, but that could change. Melissa, you're welcome. Kate, you're welcome. Some dog breeds are meant for this weather. Absolutely. You want them to have fun in the snow, but just not be stranded out there. Driving up to Estes Park Saturday morning. You are like, how early Saturday morning? If maybe you could go Friday night, that would probably be a better bet for you. Estes Park kind of in that bullseye. I've seen some really heavy snow this weekend. Okay. Saturday. Oh my gosh. Folks asking, let me show you again the watch. About totals in Wyoming, you guys are going to see some pretty heavy stuff out toward Laramie through Cheyenne, 18 to 32 inches. What I have right now for you guys is a lot of snow. Plus I-80, you know, it's always windy out there and always a pain to drive in. Wouldn't be surprised if I-80 gets shut down too with all this snow. Jordan saying, can you discourage panic shopping? I know, right? It's like, it's only going to be like 2 or 3 days, folks. Like, you should have enough, right, to survive. I have like so much soup around here if really it gets bad. But it's fine. We're going to be fine. Everything's fine, right? Yes, Kathleen, hopefully I answered your question with Cheyenne totals. Someone wondering about Tuesday. Sister-in-law coming to Denver from western Kansas. Tuesday should be fine. We'll still be looking at some scattered showers in the evening, but nothing major, and hopefully a lot of the snowfall the plows will have already gotten to. Leba asking about the East Metro area, like Aurora. I know this is kind of widespread. The National Weather Service has us in the watch with that 15 to 25 inch mark. I'd say Aurora just slightly east of town and east of I-25. So you'd be in that 10 to 20 inch category is what I feel a little bit more comfortable saying. But keep in mind, we still have a bit more time to go. So we'll be finessing the numbers. Sarah Jane wondering about how heavy the snow will be Saturday afternoon and evening in Commerce City. Right now it looks like that's pretty much going to be the timing of the heaviest snow, more so Saturday evening into Sunday, or we could see easily an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches coming through an hour. Jenna wondering if I think schools will close Monday. Certainly a possibility. I have to drive up 225 on Sunday. Can I just call in sick now? Yes, Tony, do it. Jeanette wondering about 16 inches total. I'm not sure what you were asking about, but if you're referring northern Colorado, that would be total. Yeah, the foothills, Conifer, Idaho Springs, Central City, all in that 24 to 48 inch category. Bill asking about Estes Park. Yep, same deal, 2 to 4 feet. Okay, where can I go sledding? Probably if these totals happen, you'll be able to go anywhere. A golf course, that should do the trick. Okay, whew. Yes, Dan asking about my dog Walter. He loves the snow. It is his absolute favorite. He thrives in it. The heat, not so much for him. Just want to show you the extended forecast too. Just so you can kind of look ahead toward next week. Some folks asking about that, and right now temperatures will be warming up just a bit, but still some scattered rain and snow showers Tuesday, Wednesday, potentially more snow Thursday night. But we'll kind of get there when we get there. My eyes are really on this weekend and just the big impacts this is going to have on the entire Front Range with the heavy snowfall coming through. Really, if you live to the west, toward the base of the foothills, in the foothills, this storm is for you. We're going to be tracking some strong winds along with it, and you'll again notice these numbers: overnight lows, daytime highs, upper 20s, low 30s. So this is going to be a wet, heavy snow that comes our way. Down at the left-hand corner, you can see on Facebook, find me. It might be just Danielle Grant, type it in. Send me a message if you have a question about traveling. I got several yesterday, was happy to help out folks. And then on Twitter and Instagram, my handle is @thewxwoman. If you want to find me there, you have more questions about the storm, I am happy to help you out. And as always, I will mention it again. If you are in charge of an organization, church, daycare, school, you name it, and you think you're going to be shut down and you want it to scroll on 9 News, to let folks know, you have to do it before the storm. You can email closings@9news.com, all your info. They will in turn send you a user ID and password to get into our system, so you're able to log in and say whether your organization is closed and the duration and all of that good stuff. So keep that in mind. This is the place to go if you need to cancel, which certainly with these kind of totals, it is a good possibility. All right, guys, I think that is going to wind things down for me. 278 comments. Wow. I will kind of look through and message you, respond if I can. But again, send me that message on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Until then, I will see y'all tomorrow with more totals. Have a good one.